Let's talk about ungrading, because I'm Dr. Danielle Rosevalley and I teach a lot of undergraduate students. A traditional ungrading model will dispense with scores and marks entirely. Over the course of the semester, you create dialogue with your students about their progress. You ask them to reflect via prompts, either written or spoken, about how far they've come, what they're learning, where they're struggling, and where they might need your extra help. Then you respond in detail, again, either writing or spoken word. It becomes a sustained dialogue between you and the student about what and how they're learning, which moves classroom focus to the metacognitive labor of learning more broadly. You can still add projects and papers, but the key thing is that everything needs to be very directly connected to your learning outcomes. Your students should be able to use a project to reflect on what they've learned and how it relates to the class. I love this system because it really forces you to think through every classroom element and critically examine what it's doing in your syllabus. Does it actually teach anything, or is it just busy work? Because your university probably requires a number on the transcript, you can't ignore grades entirely. At the end of the semester, through your reflections and your students' reflections, you collaborate together to determine a fair grade. I do maintain on my syllabus the right to override a grade if necessary, so it's not like students can just pick what they want their grade to be. They have to actually do the work of the class. And I've found that I almost never need to execute this right. Students who are engaged in the work will very often grade themselves too low and need to be adjusted up rather than down. I like ungrading in classes that feel like grades are pretty arbitrary anyway. I teach a lot of practical theater classes like stage combat acting, and I also like it for discussion-oriented classes where we're constantly in dialogue about the course content anyway, so it feels fairly easy to understand how someone is struggling. What questions do you have about ungrading? Let us know in the comments.